Today, we will once again travel into space. In recent years, astronomers have discovered many celestial bodies, some of which are simply amazing. They are so strange that nothing like them can be found even in fantasy works. We will talk about such cosmic objects, on the background of which even magnetars, blazars, and stellar systems of several stars seem absolutely normal. Let's start with the strange planets in our galaxy. And there are quite a few of them. Over them it rains stones, on others of iron, and on still others of diamonds. But they are all beaten by the planet HD 189733b, which has horizontal rains of glass. This happens because its atmosphere is filled with silicate particles, and the planet itself orbits very close to its star, because of which the enormous temperature turns silicates into glass. And then the planet begins to hurl shards of this glass in all directions, at a speed of up to 6,500 kilometers per hour, which is several times faster than the speed of sound. The gas giant TRES-2b absorbs more than 99% of the light that falls on it. It is the blackest planet ever discovered by man. It is blacker than coal and black acrylic paint. Its temperature is 1,000 degrees Celsius. It would seem that with such heat and being so close to its star, the planet should be much brighter. Why then is 3 with 2 bits so black? KIC 12575448b. It is so close to its star that its temperature is 2,000 degrees Celsius. The planet literally manages to complete a full revolution around its star in 15 hours, while the Earth takes 365 days. KIZ shows colossal volcanic eruptions of literally planetary scale. They're so powerful that ash flies into space. If you find yourself on this planet, you will see a huge bright star that occupies half of the sky looking down on you. But there are far more interesting planets, like the Anomalous Glea 436Phi. It's 22 times heavier than Earth, and its atmosphere is very hot, temperatures of up to 400 degrees Celsius. But despite this heat, the entire surface of the planet is covered in ice made of ordinary water. Except this ice has one interesting feature. If you touch it, you will get a severe burn, as it is red hot to 300 degrees Celsius. This is quite strange, because on Earth, ice melts at 0 degrees Celsius. Glea 436b may seem like water violates the laws of physics, but it doesn't actually violate anything. It's just that there's so much of it, and the planet is so heavy, that gravity pulls it all toward the core, squeezing the water molecules so tightly that they can't evaporate. So we end up with a planet covered in hot ice. Although there are far more incredible worlds, like 55 Cancri. It's your favorite planet, you just don't know it yet. The thing is, it's twice the size of Earth, and it's made of diamond, but it's only a third of that. It's scary to think how many carats there are. Today, the value of this planet is estimated at almost $27 nonillion. To give you an idea of what $1 nonillion is, I'll explain it this way. There is a billion, then there is a rillion, then a quadrillion, followed by a quintillion, a sextillion, a septillion, an octillion, and only then a nanillion. And a diamond planet is worth as much as 27 of those nanillion. And this treasure is only 40 light years away. Next, let's talk about nebulae, one of the most beautiful cosmic spectacles. In these clouds of matter, stars are born and die. Many nebulae-like clouds take bizarre shapes, but their appearance is not as surprising as their composition. For example, the G343 nebula in the constellation Eagle is the dream of all alcoholics on the planet, as it is made up of ethyl alcohol molecules. But how did this alcohol form in space? The fact is that there are dust particles in molecular clouds. This is the crystallization center for such simple molecules as molecular hydrogen, water, and carbon dioxide. They interact and give rise to complex molecules like alcohol molecules. In fact, we have a huge cosmic distillation plant. Well, since the diameter of the G343 cloud is 1,000 times larger than the solar system, it contains so much alcohol that you could serve 300,000 mugs of beer a day. But what many people do not know is that really falling stars also exist, and they are called hypervelocity. These giants, whose mass is sometimes 10 times greater than the solar mass, rush through space at 1,000,000 kilometers per hour. That's so fast that they can easily fly out of one galaxy and crash into another. If such a wandering star were to fly through our solar system, it could easily knock the Earth out of orbit around the Sun, and we ourselves would begin to wander without our energy source. Fortunately, the likelihood of this scenario is extremely slim. But what makes stars accelerate to such monstrous speeds? The answer is a supermassive black hole. When it engulfs a binary system of stars, that is, stars orbiting each other, one of the two partners is swallowed and the other is thrown away by a powerful gravitational kick into outer space. Also among the amazing stars are pulsars. These are rotating neutron stars that emit huge amounts of radiation. They are formed as a result of the explosion of a massive old star, a supernova. There are a huge number of pulsars known today. The slowest of them spin at a rate of 1 revolution around its axis in almost 10 seconds, and the fastest more than 700 revolutions per second. But there are much stranger pulsars, such as PCR 125712. From the look of the pulsar as a pulsar, nothing unusual, but around it revolve 3 solid planets, which is actually just impossible because as far as we know, pulsars are formed as a result of a supernova explosion. And this explosion destroys all the objects that were part of this star system. So why around this pulsar still revolve planets? Because they could not survive the explosion of the star. And this is the Black Widow pulsar, which is hurtling through our galaxy at 1,000,000 kilometers per hour and has a huge shockwave. It gets its name because it destroys companion stars caught in its web. At the moment, a brown dwarf is traveling next to Black Widow. It's bigger than a planet, but smaller than a star. The radiation from the pulsar blows the brown dwarf's gases out into space. A ball just 16 kilometers wide destroys an object larger than Jupiter. In time, there will be nothing left of the brown dwarf. Relatively recently, scientists have discovered the largest water reservoir in the universe. The amount of water in it is 140 trillion times greater than the volume of all Earth's oceans and seas combined. This water is in the form of extremely rarefied gas and is located at a distance of 12 billion light-years from us, near a huge quasar. Quasars themselves are also quite interesting objects. They are supermassive black holes that suck in huge amounts of matter at the center of young galaxies. There is a huge group of quasars that breaks the traditional principles and laws of modern astronomy. It is an anomalous structure, one of the largest in the observable universe. It consists of 73 quasars and has a size of 4 billion light-years, which is in principle impossible because the maximum size of any cosmic structure, according to the current laws of cosmology, can be only 300 million light-years.